What's up, you all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to talk about ticker symbol SENS in this video. Senseonics Holdings Inc. The stock is trading at $4.01 as of close on Friday end of day. After hours, the stock is up 5.25% to $4.22. So I wanted to cover what happened to SENS, what's going on, what we can expect in the future, and what are some of the drivers that is keeping the stock higher. This can go even higher from this price point that we are seeing based on a couple of things that I'm going to talk in this video. Now, if you don't mind hitting the like button, I'll really appreciate it so this information can reach to more and more people. It also tells me that you like this kind of content. Also, subscribe to my channel for time sensitive updates and a lot of investment related news and the updates that I have been sending on this channel, and you can get as soon as I drop the video all the information that you need to make informed financial decision. The Senseonics is up 10.77% as of Friday. If you take a look at 5 days chart, it is 30% up, so which is a massive gain. The stock was trading around $3, $3.10. It did go down to $2.79, and right now we're back up $4.01 for 1 month. It is stunning, 134% return. If you take a look, it was $1.70. Right now we are trading at $4.01, and after hours we are even higher. So there is a pretty bullish momentum, pretty bullish pattern. I want to talk about, there are two things that happened. So the first one is the Reddit community has been talking about Senseonics. There is some momentum around the short squeeze, short sell interest has been spiking up. So we will also look into that data. But the another thing is there is an FDA approval. There might be coming soon for the 180-day continuous glucose monitoring system that I'll be covering as well. So let's take a look at this article. Why Senseonics Holding popped nearly 11% on Friday. On Friday, the several posts shockingly influenced Wall Street Bets Reddit community talked about the medical device maker company Senseonics, ticker symbol SENS, which promptly shot up close to 11% higher. So what exactly happened? The previous day, the post appeared in subreddit elsewhere and in the Reddit Senseonics virtues, and all that was mentioning is the considerable short interest, nearly 26-27%. And I'll look into data and I'll share the data with you as well, which looks pretty promising, 26-27%. Now you're going to say that this is not a huge short interest, but compared to what we have seen for SENS stock historically, this is pretty significant, pretty decent short interest that can help the stock push up into the positive territory, into the positive momentum on the top of the news around FDA approval for their 180-day product that is going to come out. Now, what is going to happen? So in the eyes of Wall Street Bets crowd, you got this company as a real potential, and it's also a juicy candidate for the short squeeze based on this article that you can see right here. Now, what they do is they have a large addressable healthcare market. What they're doing is basically for the diabetes patients, and it's a young company catching up on fire a bit. In Q1, the revenue is $2.85 million, which is up around $36,000 that they had a year ago for the same period. So there is a huge revenue spike that you can think about. So this is a different company than what it was last year. But in the recent news, there is something quite promising as well. The company released the result for 180-day study showing the Eversense continuous glucose monitoring system, or they also call is CGM, continuous glucose monitoring system. And they have, by the way, remember, they have an approval already for 90-day for the same product. What they're trying for is approval from FDA for 180-day, which is going to be pretty impressive and pretty helpful actually for this health to address this healthcare segment for the diabetes patient. And what that shows, this data that they released are looking pretty promising, and many industry experts did say that since they got an approval for 90 days, since company knows what they're doing, since that product is working, there's a really good decent likelihood that they're going to get the approval for 180 day from FDA. So that's pretty great. Now, let's take a look at the short interest that I have been talking about. So 27% short interest, and we have seen on this article that also talks about the 27% float of short interest. Looking at this Fintel site, and once again, I don't really have a premium login, so I can't really look into all this data in more detail. But what I can share with you is the short volume on June 11th was 48 million shares. Now, what that suggests is the short ratio of 27.25%, which is pretty massive. If you take a look, the short interest 5%, 24%, 18%, 19%. Now, yes, you can see that it is 35%, 32%, but I'll be able to also share the total volume of this stock. So let's take a look right here. The historical volume for $4.01 as the close of June 11th. The volume on June 11th was 168 million, which is pretty massive in my opinion, because it is gradually rising. Now, if you take a look at the volume, was 4 million, 11 million, 8 million, 9 million in May. Now, looking at the around the end of May, it started spiking up and it is now in 2 digits, so 11 million, 13 million, so on and so forth. But come January 4th, it's 219 million shares that were traded in just one trading session for this penny stock. And this is massive because it spiked up. It tells the story about there is something good, positive. Maybe the 180-day data looked pretty promising and someone knew about it, and then there is a lot of buzz and based on the research and the analysis that has been going on as well. Now, we started seeing the volume that lowered down, but it started spiking up once again starting June 11th, 168 million, which is why this data is pretty important, that 27% it suggests or it is accountable for 48 million shares in the short interest. Now, what can happen if there is short squeeze? This $4 stock can be $10. Who knows why? But I just wanted to share why the short volume is important. Looking at another site just to confirm the data that I have been looking, I did some analysis, and if you take a look right here, the short interest for the period, the previous period, or the period prior to that was 72 million. Now the short interest looks like 76 million, 77 million with the float of 22%, which is once again pretty promising, right? And looking at the Senseonics, what the company does, what the company is all about, if you really want to do the thorough analysis and want to learn more about, search on my channel Moneymakers Senseonics or SENS Stock, and you should be able, I have done multiple videos before a few months on SENS when it was spiking up. And let's go back and let's take a look at what the price point has been looking so far. We went all the way to $5.27. Now, if you take a look at the 52-week range, it's $5.56 as high as it went, and it was a drastic run up as well. From 89 cents on January 3rd, we hit $5.56 on February. So within a month, we got back down with the rest of the market, and then there was a sell-off, $2.48. From that point as well, we went to $1.70 or 65 cents. $1.65 is not visible right here on this chart, but since then we started gradually going up and we shot back up super quickly to $4.01. And after hours, once again, we are looking at $4.25 range if the momentum stays there. For 6 months, take a look. For 6 months, the stock is up 854%, which means if someone invested $1,000, become $8,500. So it's a massive return. It looks like a pretty promising return that we have been seeing in cryptocurrency. So what I'm trying to get at is penny stocks are as lucrative in terms of the investment as cryptocurrency, and these are real assets, by the way, backing up by real companies. Now, if you take a look at the balance sheet of this company, they have massive amount of cash on hand. They had stock dilution. They raised some capital earlier this year, and they're sitting on a cash of $178 million into the bank account, or the cash equivalents, I believe. The revenue is 2.85 million, ending in March 2021. In March 2020, the revenue was $36,000, as I just mentioned. Yes, the company's net income is negative $250 million, but this is a growing company, pretty young company. They have the newer product that are going to come into the market that will boost up the revenue as well. And take a look at the year-over-year revenue changes. close to 8,000% as well. So the way the company can spike up in no time the revenue as soon as they are introducing more and more products, they get the FDA approvals, they got a lot of hype, and I'm not even considering a lot more hype into this price point. Because if this is widely talked into the Reddit community, into the Wall Street Bats community, there is going to be massive in terms of the price point for Senseonics. What the company basically does is they have this product, Eversense product, Senseonics, that is a continuous glucose monitoring system. This is a wearable that goes up on a human body. What it does is practically something that shows right here. Right now the 90-day product is FDA approved, and this is a transmitter, which is a water resistance transmitter that goes on the body and sends the alert, the Eversense CGM system. Now this is the sensor, and this sensor is actual size is 3.5 millimeter by 18.3 millimeter, so which is pretty small. Sends the signal, goes to the mobile app, and you can in real time the diabetic patient can measure their glucose reading in real time. And this is the product that they have approved by FDA for 90 days, and the company is trying to get the approval for 180 days by the industry experts and by a lot of analysis, a lot of blogs and articles that I read about this product. It does seem like it's pretty likely that the company will get the approval for 180 days from FDA, which is when there will be a lot of momentum. I will make sure I'll keep you posted. Click on the like button, subscribe to my channel for the time sensitive updates and news. I'll make sure I share the relevant information. Thanks guys for watching. Your help and support is very much appreciated for the growth of this channel. See you in the next video.